house was never quiet. It was loud, chaotic, and full. With my grandparents living with us, my parents, my two sisters, two nannies, and a flow of relatives who came over so often, they might as well have lived there too. Our house was the open house. There was always something going on. Someone talking, someone laughing, someone arguing. And at the time, even though I don't like to admit it, I didn't like it. I thought it was overwhelming, annoying, and I couldn't wait for a moment of silence, thinking it was a blessing, when it was the biggest curse. I didn't realize what I had, but slowly, without realizing it, everything changed. My grandparents passed away, my sisters moved out and got married. The visits stopped, and the noise slowly faded. And now, it's just me and my parents. And the silence is louder than anything I've ever heard. Growing up in such an environment shaped me in ways I didn't realize at the time. As a child, I had to mature quickly. I had to time my tantrums depending on where I was or who was home. I couldn't be chaotic in the way children naturally are. I was told I'd be disturbing the elderly. I learned early on that my actions didn't just affect me, but everyone else around me. So, I adapted. I became a smart child. I was always aware of my surroundings. I could read a room with just a glance. I learned how to manage my emotions, how to hold them in, when to release them, and how to communicate differently with different people. In a house full of so many personalities, I had to learn how to connect with each person in a way that worked for them. And today, I carry that with me. I can walk into a room and adjust. I can understand people quickly. I don't feel that barrier that others might feel when meeting someone new. And what once felt like pressure became one of my greatest strengths. But when everything disappeared, I didn't process it right away. At first, it was just quiet. But then, it slowly became loneliness. Not because I didn't have my parents, but because the connections I built with everyone else were suddenly gone. And no one really talks about what it's like when your entire routine, your entire environment, just disappears. Sometimes, it feels like I'm the only one still living in those memories. When everyone moved on and I'm still there. Still hiding in my grandfather's room after lunch, thinking he couldn't see me when he clearly could. And we play along pretending not to notice until I gave myself a win. Then he told me one of his stories. Stories he repeated over and over again. And I loved every second of it. Or sitting on the edge of my grandmother's bed, showing my toys, reading her children's books, as she listened like it was the most interesting story she'd ever heard. Or my oldest sister. Everyone calls us the twins born 12 years apart. The one who understood me better than anyone else. The one who could calm me down no matter what. The one who, even as a busy senior, would sit with me and help me with my first grade homework. Or my other sister, my best friend, the one I argued with, laughed with, and annoyed endlessly. The one who let me tag along with her and her high school friends when I had none. The one who protected me in ways I'm only now beginning to understand. She was, and still is, my guardian angel. And then one day, all of that just stops. No warning, no transition, just silence. And now, I find myself sitting in my house on a Friday night. The same place that used to be filled with laughter, games, late-night ice cream runs, and stories whispered under blankets. Now, it's empty. My parents are out, the lights are dim, and the silence feels heavier than the chaos ever did. But here's what I realized. The chaos I once hated was never just noise. It was love. It was what shaped me into who I am in the purest, messiest, most beautiful way. It was ephemeral, temporary, fleeting, impossible to hold on to forever. But somehow, it was permanent, because it lives in me. The way I understand people, the way I communicate, the way I love. None of those memories lasted, but they shaped me into someone who will carry them forever. If I could go back, even for a second, the last thing I'd ask for is silence. I'd sit in the noise a little longer. I'd listen more carefully. I'd let the moment sink in a little more. Because one day, without realizing it, they became memories. And sometimes, memories are the only thing left to fill the silence. Thank you.